Hello, this is the Provoked Prawn, and this is a video to compare two fantastic wireless gaming headsets. One from Razer in the form of the Razer BlackShark V2 Pro, and the other the Corsair Virtuoso XT. These are two wireless gaming headsets that I used on PC and have reviewed separately, and I'll leave a link to those in the description. And this is a video to compare the two, talk about the specifications and features differences, the comfort, the sound quality, and all the other good stuff. And if you want to hear the microphone quality of each of those, be sure to check out the reviews because I use the mic separately to capture the audio and let you know what that sounds like, so you'll hear the microphone quality. And I'll tell you, the Virtuoso has the superior mic out of the two. As you'll see from these close-up shots of the Corsair Virtuoso XT, this is the more premium looking device out of the two. It has a really nice overall aesthetic to it, some really nice metals and a good solid headband design and some really premium looking ear cups. You'll notice a detachable microphone, multiple cables, and a USB dongle as well for the wireless connectivity. You'll see the microphone here is detachable, bendable and flexible microphone with a broadcast capture quality. It captures some of the best sound that I've heard on a gaming headset, and it does a really good job of blocking out external noise but delivering a really good audio as well. The microphone also has a push to mute button on it, which you can press and hold to turn the side tone on and off, and there's a ring around the edge that lets you know when it's activated and muted as well. As I said, it is detachable, so you can take it off and use the Corsair Virtuoso as a wireless headset, and that's because it also has Bluetooth, so you can use it on your phone, so you can use it as headphones out of the house, for example, which is a really nice feature. Meanwhile, the Razer BlackShark V2 Pro is a wireless headset as well. It uses a USB connection to your PC for 2.4 GHz wireless, and it boasts a nice understated design with no RGB lighting of any sort, but quite chunky ear cups, as you can see. It also comes with a number of things in the box. Again, it also has a detachable microphone. It does have a slightly different look and feel to it though. As you can see, the frame looks quite flimsy. The way the connection from the ear cups to the headband works, for example, it looks quite flimsy, but it actually isn't. In practice, it is quite solid and well designed, and it stretches out nicely. It has 3.5mm connection, which allows you to plug it into a 3.5mm device, obviously. Perfect if you want to monitor a microphone, for example, but it also has that wireless connection and a micro USB charging cable. You can't use it with the USB charging cable, which is an interesting point of note. It only is used for charging purposes, but it does have up to 24 hours of battery life, so it's got a good battery life. The microphone is also okay. I found it to be quite compressed, and again, as I said, check out the video to hear what that microphone's like in the review video, linked in the description, but you'll find that the capture quality is certainly not as good as the Virtuoso. That said, it does do a good job of blocking out external noise, and it is a good sounding mic. It's not the worst I've heard, but it's certainly not as good as the Virtuoso. But again, it can be removed. It is detachable, and because you have that 3.5mm connection, you can plug in and monitor an external microphone, whether it's a USB one or an XLR microphone, a high quality external mic. So it gives you that flexibility to be able to do that. Now the Virtuoso XT is an interesting flagship headset with a really nice number of features to it. It's the newest and most premium in Corsair's range of headsets, and it is, by that standard, the very best that they have to offer, with a few complaints from me personally. On my side, I found it to be quite uncomfortable, and I'll talk to you a bit more about why later on. But as you can see, the headset itself is very flexible. You can bend it, you can pull it open. It will fit most heads, I suspect. The ear cups also tilt and turn really nicely, which means you can get it clamping to your head nicely and covering the ear really well, which means you can focus on the sound quality. Now both these headsets have 50mm drivers, so they're both capable of being quite loud. The BlackShark V2 Pro has between 12Hz and 28kHz in terms of frequency response, but the Virtuoso can go from 20Hz to 40,000Hz wirelessly, or up to 96kHz when plugged into PC with a USB-C connection. So it has a better range of audio than the BlackShark V2 Pro does. The V2 Pro has THX audio, So that has good positional surround sound for spatial surround sound, whereas the Virtuoso XT uses Dolby Atmos, which is available on Windows for its virtual surround sound. And you can customize the settings of both within the corresponding software. So obviously Razer's Synapse or Corsair's IQ and the Dolby Atmos connection. A close-up look at the headsets and you can see the difference between them is a brushed aluminium finish on the Virtuoso XT with the Corsair logo on it, where you can customize the RGB lighting on it. Now I want to spend some time talking about comfort. The Virtuoso XT that you can see on the right hand side here alongside the SE, which is the special edition previously, an older version of the headset, has round ear cushions with memory foam cushioning, but what I found is that they aren't large enough for my ears. They aren't large enough and they aren't deep enough, which results in a pressure on the top and bottom of the ears and on the outside of the ear. At least for me, I have found them to be uncomfortable in that way, and I find that after a couple of hours, they're really starting to cause my ears to ache, which is very unfortunate. The memory foam cushioning is good, and because of that faux leather finish, you have a good amount of external noise being blocked, which means that you can focus on the sound coming from the headset. Now it delivers really good sound thanks to that high-res audio, and you have high-res via Bluetooth up to 48 kHz or 96 kHz 24-bit when plugged in with a USB-C connection on PC, which means you can get fantastic sound. And blocking out external noise obviously means that you get even more of that and you're able to focus on it. It's wonderful. And the ear cups themselves are well designed in terms of the memory foam cushioning and the comfort there, but the ear cups just aren't big enough. I had this complaint with the original Virtuoso, which I reviewed quite some time ago, and I was really hoping with the XT they would have updated and made the drivers bigger, but unfortunately not. They're still the same issue. The Razer BlackShark V2 Pro, on the other hand, has much larger ear cups with a more ear-shaped design to them, so they're longer. You'll see that they are longer and larger, and therefore they cover the ear much more satisfactorily, which means that I don't have that same problem. There wasn't an issue with comfort in terms of pressure on the ear or anything like that. And however, there is some complaint that I have personally, in that I found the material used on the ear cups to be quite scratchy and uncomfortable. It's not a faux leather, so it doesn't block out external noise, which means you obviously don't have that benefit, but you do benefit from not being quite as hot, because faux leather ear cups tend to make your ears quite hot, which can be a nag. But what it does mean is that you have much larger design that sits in a much more satisfying way over the head. As you'll see, it also extends nicely and turns and twists in quite well. The clamping force isn't quite as strong, I don't think, but it does sit nicely on the head. I did note that there was some sound coming out of the ear cushioning, that if I moved my ears around too much, even just like smiling for example, I found that because my face moved, the ear cushion moved, and then that resulted in like a sound that sounded like cotton wool squeaking in my ear, which was a small other complaint that I had. But I was impressed by the overall design of it, because as I said, it does look flimsy and the way it extends is quite unusual, but it does work surprisingly well and it is quite comfortable. The Virtuoso XT also has multiple benefits. The Dolby Atmos connection is included, so usually you have to pay a license for Dolby Atmos, but it's included with this headset. As soon as you plug it into Windows and launch IQ, it's automatically recognized. You can use Windows Sonic Sound or Dolby Atmos to get great positional audio in-game. It also has a good range of audio thanks to the options, because you can use it wirelessly with a SlipStream wireless dongle and get great sound, or you can use it plugged in for the best quality sound of 96 kHz 24-bit audio, or you can use it in Bluetooth mode. So there's now a Bluetooth connection within the Virtuoso XT that didn't exist before. So there's a Bluetooth button on the ear cup that you can press and hold, and you can turn Bluetooth on and connect it to your phone, for example. This is excellent because it also has a dual connectivity option, so you can connect to both wireless or wired and Bluetooth at the same time. This is great because it means that you can not only use the headset as headphones, for example connecting it to your phone to listen to Spotify and then going out of the house with them on, but you can also have a dual connectivity where you play music on your phone, hearing it in the headset, but also listening to game audio or watching YouTube videos on your PC or doing whatever else you want, talking to your friends. Multiple connection options. With a 3.5mm jack, you can also plug it in a mic monitor as well. So there's loads of different possibilities with that. You're a lot more limited on the BlackShark. It doesn't have a Bluetooth connection. As I said, the micro USB charging cable is purely for charging. You can't use it in wired mode like that, but you do have a 3.5mm, and you do get a really good connection with the wireless connectivity as well. Also has a very simple affair in terms of the volume adjustment. There's just a large volume wheel on the side, which certainly stands out a lot more than the Virtuoso. It's worth noting the Virtuoso has independently adjustable volume controls for both Bluetooth and wireless or wired modes, so you can actually adjust those volumes separately as well. So on paper, the Virtuoso XT is the superior device. It has a lot more connection options. It has a better range of audio in terms of the frequency response and what it can manage, which delivers a higher quality of sound. It has great positional audio. It probably has better looking setup than the BlackShark V2 Pro as well. At least in my mind, I think it's the better looking headset. However, I wouldn't personally recommend it based on comfort, and comfort is obviously very important, because after a short period of time I find it very uncomfortable, and I didn't have that issue with the BlackShark V2 Pro, which has larger ear cups and a nicer design in terms of comfort. It's also lightweight and it sits well on the head. However, the sound isn't as good, its microphone certainly is nowhere near as good, and it doesn't look as fancy on the head, so it really is a mixed bag. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you found this video useful. Let me know in the comments if you've got any questions, and be sure to check out the links to the other videos and find out more. Thanks for watching. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you found this video useful, interesting, hilarious, or otherwise. Take a look at these other videos that I think you might find interesting as well, and have a look at the description for links and other information you might find useful. Click that join button to see the benefits of being a member of my YouTube channel, and most importantly, have a great life.